Let's just wreck the mic. Psych. 11 waiting.
We're bright. We're very bright.
We are bright. It's good.
Let's get ready. Oh, that's hot.
We're just going to go for power nap as well.
Oh, it's bright. Are we on?
I don't know. Yes, we are. We're on. I better say it.
God, we're bright. Whoa!
We are bright.
Sunshine indoors.
Why not? We've gone Mr. Brightside here, haven't we?
Yeah, for this.
You've gone
Summer.
Richarlison.
We're living the summer life.
We are.
T-shirts available now.
They are. I mean, I've gone full Everton with that thing. And where I am.
Might need to get that to change. That's a blue.
Yeah.
Stand
I
out
think
a
it
bit.
stands out better with blue.
A bit. Anyway.
But anyway.
We're live.
Here we go.
We're on
Live.
Patreon.
Hello, Paul.
We've just done. Did anyone just watch the live daily we did? Any thought? Feedback would be nice. We've just done that live.
If you watched it.
Something we're going to try and do more of as we go forward. It's probably a little bit better, I think. It's done. It's out there. It's live.
Live.
We've cracked the code of how to put pictures on the screen.
I mean, we might need to like say it's on at a time and try.
No, today was just a,
that was a test.
It's a test. We do it. We say, you know what, we're going to do it every day at 2:00.
There you go.
The Everton News Daily every day. Let's say 2:00. I'm not confirming it's 2:00.
No.
I'm just saying it could be 2:00.
That's what it could be. Live.
David Havel has said, "Hey guys, watching live for the first time in a while." David, hello.
Hello,
welcome
David.
to the show.
Jonathan Roberts on Patreon said he better put his shades on.
Future's
so
bright.
bright. You've got to wear shades,
You
Jonathan. And there you go. Wayne Ellis, very bright, lads. Well, listen, it's about brightening your mood,
It's
Wayne.
the summer.
It's the summertime. And that's what it's about. Traditional Everton. Traditional Everton colours. David Havel also says, patiently waiting for the Gomez announcement.
I don't think you'll be.
I'm going to say you'll be waiting a bit
might
of
be
time.
waiting
You're waiting
a
for
while.
today, David.
When do you think?
I don't know.
Let's just
be
say
honest.
potluck. Just potluck.
Pot luck. The weekend.
What else is going on?
Could be before, though.
Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think there's a rush.
there's no rush. Everything's agreed in principle. So it's obviously he's not signed a contract. And he might have stuff on at the moment.
Like Bain said yesterday, didn't he? He was like, he said, I'm going to sign me. He said I was signing my contract, but he said I went on holiday. So there was no rush. I'd agreed that I was coming back. I don't think there's any. I think it's all done and dusted. It's just a case of him coming back and signing a piece of paper. He's on holiday though, so I don't think there's any rush for Everton. There's rush for fans, of course.
I think what everyone, we know now that it's done. We know it's all agreed. His agreement's been in place for a while. We know that his agent tried to play big balls and get him a bit more money, which is fair play. That's exactly what you should do. So we all know now that the problem is Barcelona, and that's agreed. So now it's just chill time. And you know what? If Everton left it until the new kit, we know he's already had a pit
Wayne Ellis has just said 1st of July he thinks. And that, you know what? You never know, do you? Everton could say, you know what? How about we announce it when we announce the new kit? So therefore, we've got two things at once. That's a good idea in theory, but then again, though, you could announce Gomez, and then when the kit comes out, you've got him in the new kit anyway.
Well, they're back on the 1st of July, so I think it'll be announced before then, because he will be in day one for testing. So I don't think they'd announce it and then, he's here getting tested. I think it'll be before then, but maybe. Who knows? To be honest, we just don't know, do we? Could be tomorrow, couldn't it? But, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? Yeah. Stephen Kelly said, shame the club wouldn't promote Brazil colours, considering we had 2 Brazilians playing for us.
That's what we're doing. This is what this is all about. Summer, Richarlison, Copper America colours. Baz is more the amber, the traditional
I'm a
amber.
bit more Everton.
But I've gone for Brazil, yellow and blue. Classic.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't
Gorgeous colours.
Why wouldn't you indeed?
Brazil, classic teams. What did we do yesterday? It was about Gomez really and Vlasic, wasn't it? Yesterday it was a good day. Baines, obviously. On the News Daily, then Vlasic obviously has completed that deal now.
Yeah.
With some people were on Twitter in particular were getting a little bit finger pointing again at Everton.
I wasn't wondering where you were going with that then.
No, but it's when you look at it, I mean, Everton at times can't do right for doing wrong, can they? If Everton announced it early and then there was a hitch and all that, then it'd be typical Everton. Typical Everton can't do anything right. So Everton don't announce it because it wasn't done. And just because CSKA shot their boat a little bit and we're all excited, then Everton are getting criticised. Why are we the last to announce it? Well, Everton announced it when the final bit of paperwork went through.
They announced it when he was a CSKA Moscow player, essentially, didn't he? The minute he became the player, the button was pressed. You know what as well though, right? It's funny because, sometimes when you're dying for a player to be signed and where are they? And we've seen it because we've been up at like Finch Farm and stuff, and I've been up there and stuff. I remember when we were signing Lukaku, and I was up at we were both up at Finch Farm, weren't we, doing videos and stuff very early on. And everyone was getting really worried, and I remember we were outside and Snowden came out. I think it was Snowden or one of the ambassadors came out in the car, and they were like, yeah, we've been doing interviews all afternoon about this, how excited we are. What happens is they get a player in, they get everything's getting signed and sealed, but in the meantime they're taking all the photos. You see them in these behind the scene videos that Everton do. They're taking all the photos, they're getting all the pictures of the kits, stuff sorted, they're getting all the interviews, whatever, 5 o'clock, someone signed. The first exclusive video on evertonfc.com or on the YouTube channel, go and check it out. Well, that stuff doesn't happen. Let me tell you, right, for every 5-minute video you make, add an extra hour sometimes to edit it. And to edit it the way they edit it, to make it all look like how Boss it does. When Everton do those videos, they don't take 5 minutes to put together, they take a while. So they want to do a Boss announcement, that takes time, and that's the mad thing. Fans crave all these extra things now, they take time. So that something stupid like that might delay the signing, won't it? If you want to, you get a player and you're like you just like Wayne just said there, or you get him for the kit. Well, then what happens is you get the pictures of them in the kit, but then you've got to then push those pictures to Fanatics, and they've got to do graphics to put on the Everton website, the Everton Direct, to get the kit and have the number. They've got to get the number registered. Remember when Richarlison signed? Richarlison wanted 70, didn't he? Everton were going to have to go to the Premier League, and Everton were like, this is going to take about 3 days. You need to just pick a number now that we can get in the shop now. And that's why it took 30. It's so, because other times, and I've done it myself, we signed players and we haven't immediately said, like when we got Rooney, it should have been Rooney 10 straight away. Rooney 10, go and get it in the shop. It took about an hour and a half. It should have been straight away. They were quite quick on it, but it should have been straight away. Sometimes those things delay signings, as stupid as they sound. You've got to get all the pictures and all the videos and the kits and everything. It's stupid, but that's what holds them up.
Evan Osborne, watching Neres a couple of times in the Copa leads me to believe he doesn't have the work rate intensity that others we have brought in have. I watched them the other night for Brazil and I wasn't impressed. I know I've seen him for Ajax and he's very good, but the other night for Brazil playing on the left, I just wasn't impressed with him. I thought his touch is good and I don't know.
All I will say on Neres, and not just Neres, a lot of players that I've watched in the Copa America, and maybe the under-23s will be the same, and the AFCON will probably be the same, is that gap from the end of the season.
Just look rusty, don't
there's a reason why the Europa League and the Champions League finals were pretty shite. The gap from the end of the season to those games was too big, and the gap between the end of the season and these tournaments has been quite big for European teams, especially British players or Dutch players or whatever. And I think that takes time. I think you see it always. You don't always realise when it's like the World Cup and the Euros, because you get caught up in it and you don't realise that actually the first few games can be a little bit, they can be a little bit, you don't
grow into the games.
So, if they get to the latter stages, which they will, and let's see how good he is then. I mean, I'm not saying he'll be brilliant, but I'm saying let's judge a player on how he finishes a tournament.
He's a good player. There's no question about it. Whether he can play with the intensity, and I think this is what Evan's talking about, the intensity of the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's a different matter altogether, because you see lots of players who are skillful. He's very skillful. He's slight, isn't he? But he's a very skillful player. But I don't know. I mean, there's other options out there, isn't there, that Everton may want to explore rather than him. But he is a good player. Jonathan Roberts and John Russell say the sound is much better than yesterday.
Yeah, again yesterday we were messing about with equipment and stuff and connections. Today we're using like the proper gear.
Yeah, but yesterday didn't turn your phone down either, did you?
No.
There was technical issues yesterday.
You just forget sometimes. There's a lot of moving parts to get this out live.
David Robertson says next in and out. Next out. Next in.
Andre Gomez. Oh. Hasn't signed yet.
Next out.
And Yonya Kudu.
Agreed.
What about Anthony Robinson? Well, I mean,
there's a question here from Stephen. Did you see the report of Robinson going to Wigan for 1.9 million? Do you think they could let him go and have a buyback clause like Barcelona do with their young players?
I'm not being funny, right? For 1.9 million, I want Wigan to pay. What are Wigan going to pay for a loan for a year? Maybe not 1.9, but I'd send them out on loan. If you're selling them, you're basically saying to them you don't want them. So I don't see the... for 1.9 million, I wouldn't cross the street for 1.9 million. I mean, I would personally, but you know what I mean. I'd just send them on loan for that.
I think it just depends how they view him. If they look at him and think, not good enough, then sell him. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Why keep someone who...
Well, what about if he goes on loan to Wigan as a good season? Does his value go up or go down?
Goes up, but if he goes to Wigan and does a Brendan Galloway, then your value goes down.
But for 1.9 million, is it?
Doesn't matter, it's going into the coffers, mate.
Yeah, but
I mean, nothing's been confirmed. This is just a rumour from Football Insider. Everton, you know, the lad himself the other week said that. Marco Silva said he had a future, so we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Wayne Ellis, just been reading rumours. We are in talks with Ajax regarding Neres. Any truth in that?
Not for the money they want. I've seen nothing that excites me for a player for that kind of value. I really haven't. I really haven't.
I think his agent is quite keen on him coming to Everton, to be honest. Kia Joraban, or whatever, however you say it. And I think that he's continually pushing this. But I think Everton would look at him and see, in my opinion, see better value elsewhere for the numbers they're talking. If they said, I don't know, 30 million tops, then Everton might be tempted with that, because you're getting a player who's got a lot of potential, obviously, and he's a hot property. If you're talking upwards of 40, 50, I just don't see it. I don't see it. But you never know, do you? Barry Stevens, not Everton related, this is for Ped. Have you seen Brightburn yet? Watched it last night.
I'm not. What's it like?
Quality.
I don't really like horror films.
So it's quality.
So is it really horror, or is it just dark? Let me know. I don't mind some horror. I don't mind like horror when it's like The Shining or things like that. Have you liked The Shining?
Shining's
Have you watched the trailer for the Shining, the new one?
No.
Oh no, there's a new one.
There's the.
So the new one is Ewan McGregor playing Danny. No, the son.
Oh yeah.
When he's grown up.
When he's grown up, yeah.
And it's a Stephen King, and there's bits of it in the trailer that are from the original Shining,
right, okay.
like him riding on the bike and the girls and stuff. And it's a proper sequel. And there's a scene when he goes back to the hotel and he looks through the door like Jack did.
Oh.
It's out in November, but I'll watch that. I love the Shining. I love the mystique around The Shining that you're never quite sure. I know Stephen King doesn't like the film of it because he reckons it ruins the book. Kubrick did his own thing, so I've never read the book, but I know King hates the film. But no, but I haven't seen Brightburn. But let me know in the comments, is it really scary or is it just like... I've seen a little bit of it, like an extended trailer, where he shatters glass and the woman has to pick a piece of glass out of her eye.
Nice.
And I didn't like that. So if that's like...
No, Barry says it's dark more than horror.
So basically the premise of this film is, what if Superman came to Earth as a baby? So it's a baby, comes to Earth, he goes to Kansas, but he's not nice. He's a horrible little bastard. He's mental.
Dark Superman.
He's mental, basically. So premise is he can do whatever he wants because he's a horror.
No, I don't like the sound of it. Toffee 96, we answered this yesterday. Do you think Steve Walsh knew his days were numbered and new brands was coming? We definitely answered that yesterday.
Definitely answered that.
Yes, we thought he knew his days were numbered and he would have known brands.
Practically on gardening leave by the end.
Yeah. Bernadette Cranny, don't forget Mina.
Bernadette.
Hang on, did we forget Mina?
In what?
In what, Bernadette?
What did we forget about it? We were talking about you before, Bernadette, by the way.
So watch AOB. That's all we're saying.
That's all we're going to say.
David Havel reports from the Telegraph in the last couple of minutes, say we've opened talks with Zuma. We read that, didn't we, from Jason Burt, who's normally very good with Chelsea.
Yeah, we read. It sounds like Bert and Ernie. We had the newspaper in front of us. We read that together.
We did.
No, we did the daily live, and then we were like, we missed it. But when you read it, it's one of those things where it's like, when you see those stories sometimes where the journalist has been told something credible, but he's been told nothing else.
Nothing else.
So the headline is literally what he's been told, and when you go into the story,
there's nothing.
Because he's still a journalist, and that works on Twitter where you can just put out like,
oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, his editor will be like, hang on, you need to write a piece on this. You need to write a piece on this, and then they write it, do basically the same, and then go into all the details of why Chelsea or whatever. So it's only what we thought was going to happen, wasn't it? We knew we were going to go after Gomez. We knew we were going to go after Zuma. The Zuma situation was always going to be harder because Chelsea don't know what their situation, or Chelsea themselves haven't decided whether they want to just take, because it's all, what people forget is Chelsea are getting a ban. It just depends when they want to take that ban.
That's what it is.
They won't get away with this ban. It's just, when do they want to take it? Do they want to take it now? Are they in good enough shape to take it now? Well, only a new manager can decide that. Lampard might come in, if he comes in and go, I'll take the ban now. We're in the Champions League. We've got a decent squad. I'll take it now. And then next summer, we'll look at all our targets, and next summer, whereas he comes in now, he's like, right, let's push it back till next year. But then he's got to get all his targets sorted in the next month. That's a difficult ask, that. So I think he might roll it. I think he might just go, we'll take it now. Where does that leave Zuma? I don't know. He might walk in and go, listen, we've got centre backs. Go on your way.
Yeah.
But then the other side is it. Chelsea are selling, or could decide they're selling, to a rival. So
I don't think they're bothered. They sold Mata to United, they didn't care. So there you go. Where are we? Barry Stevens Robinson at 1.9 is way too cheap. He's a USA international. The Reds side got 12 million from Bournemouth for the Aussie fullback 2 seasons ago. They did. I don't know how they... Liverpool are amazing at selling players. They're absolutely amazing at selling them, especially to Bournemouth.
That Hadron Collider fella they've got.
The Hadron Collider, yeah. They must be, mustn't it? Because it's ridiculous how much they get for players. Bournemouth, 25 million for Solanke, 15 million for Ibe, and 12 million for that. What's his name? What's the fullback called?
I don't know.
I always forget his name. But yeah, I know what you mean. Who?
Where did he go?
Bournemouth. They're left back. Aussie, he's an Aussie left back.
Bournemouth are mad.
You're
going to sell Anthony Robinson, sell him to Bournemouth.
So that's what it is. Where are we? Just seeing what I wanted to. Stephen Kelly, with VAR coming into the Premier League next, is there anything that worries you about VAR, obviously?
Just the impatience of fans when it'll take time to implement. Like we've seen things. It depends what the rules are. They've already said, haven't they, that
Brad Smith, the left back.
Brad Smith. They've already said, haven't they, that they're not going to have the goalkeeper coming off the line, VAR. I think it'll just be, I think we talked about this today on the Footy Show, didn't we? It's the it's not only VAR coming in, it's the new rules coming in, especially handball. It's going to be how they interpret it and what they see. A ref might see a handball now and basically go, that's handball. Now, if the ref says it, right? So if a ref says a handball is a handball and it's just hit someone on the arm, are you more willing to take that than if it hits him on the arm and he goes to VAR? See, I would be more happy if he takes it to VAR because then he's having a proper look. But if he doesn't look at VAR, then I'm going to be like, well, hang on. You've seen that in a split second.
I watched Colombia, Qatar last night, and there was a shot, and the Qatar lad put his arm, it turned as they hit it, and it hit him here. The referee gave a penalty straight away. They were fuming. The Qataris were fuming. And eventually went to VAR. And when he went and looked at it, I still thought it was a pen, to be honest, but it mustn't have been. We weren't getting the full proper pictures what he was getting. And he must have thought, was it, wasn't it? They decided it wasn't and he gave a corner.
Yeah.
And the Qataris were like, see, we told you to go and look at that and all of that, blah, blah. But just because someone says it, it's got to be said from the person in the box, hasn't it? And it cut to them. There was 5 of them looking at it. So at the end of the day, I got Brad Smith. At the end of the day, they looked at it again and went, no, it wasn't a penalty. But the referee gave the penalty because he thought it hit the hand. Now, I think I'd prefer it that way. Then he looks at it and goes, actually, it wasn't. So I would make the wrong decision, but I had to make a decision. Rather than going, I'm not giving anything until I'm told I need to look at that, which is what some referees are doing now. Some referees are like, oh, I don't know. I'm waiting for someone to go, it might be, and then making the decision.
I think in the Premier League, right, first of all, we sort out what we are using it for and what we're not using it for. So they've already said, goalkeepers coming off the line, that's down to the linesman. The linesman will decide that. If he thinks someone's come off the line, which will be interesting though, because if you get penalties that are saved and the linesman has missed someone coming off the line, then they might have to say we need to change this. But at least they're going to give themselves that little bit of room.
It's got to organically grow.
Yeah.
VAR, it's not going to be perfect day one. And listen, we'll probably be in here doing the final word, moaning about it at some stage. But it's not going to be perfect. And I think everybody's going to have to ride the waves. What I think it does, put it this way, right? Are you happier allowing referees influence, right, to just give decisions willy-nilly? Or do you want it to go to VAR and to be looked at and then the correct decision is given? If it goes to VAR, they look at it, the incorrect decision is given, it will be highlighted because it gives the media, the press, something to write and talk about. And if it's wrong, they're going to be strung up because it's going to be put out there. Because don't forget, eventually you get to see what the VAR decision was.
Well, in the copy, you can actually hear what the referee's asking. But obviously we don't speak Spanish or Portuguese, so we don't know. But they do. They speak. So I've seen a few journalists. Sorry, just big busy van just driving past with all the blue lights on. Okay. Those journalists are saying this is brilliant. We can actually hear what he's asking and what they're saying to them.
That's it, isn't it? There was that one of Michael Oliver in the cup final a few years ago when he was wide up and he played, and it was, you had mass respect for it because
transparency,
it's how fast it goes. But that's it. You've got nothing to hide. Why wouldn't you?
I think it's going to take. I think what else will help in the Premier League is because it's a smaller collection of refs who will know the people who are in the VAR room and all that. It'll help create relationships like we have with the linesmen and how we have with the ref, these teams, and that will help it. It'll go quicker. I think it's funny though, isn't it? Because they're saying that they want it on screens. The only 2 grounds in the country without screens are Anfield and Old Trafford.
What a surprise!
What a shock! So
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I mean, it's got to be a good thing for the game that we get the rules right. It's just interesting when you see that little line, isn't it? We've seen it in the UEFA Nations League, the England game when Jesse Lingard's goal got disallowed. that idea of, do we decide that a player's toe being offside is offside?
That's a rule change, though.
Well, it is offside, isn't it?
But that's a rule change,
So-
isn't it? That's down to the rules. They implemented the rules because by the letter of the law, he had a part of his body that he could score a goal with the head of the defender. So it's a rule change.
It always comes down to the rules.
They
It
went
doesn't-
back, they said it was going to be daylight between the two for offside, and that's gone, hasn't it? So it's up to them to
It
change
always
the
comes
rules.
back to the rules, though. Every time I have a discussion with someone about VAR, it always comes down to that, though. People say, oh, it's a this and it's that. It's not. It's the rules. The rules last night in the England, the Scotland-Argentina ladies game, comes down to the change of rules. The change of the rules is, now you've got to have a foot on the line. The goalie's got to have a foot on the line. She didn't when she made the save. There was one in the France game the other night as well, exactly the same thing. Even though the girl put it wide.
Yeah, off the line, he
And
took it, and then she scored, and it was the winner against Nigeria. But Wayne Ellis, yes, it is a job, full-time job for us. Now you keep asking, so there's the answer. David Robertson, if we have a good window and season, would you expect approaches for Brands? Listen, everyone worries about everything, don't they? Marcel Brands is not going to another Premier League club. He's not going anywhere for a few years. It took us ages and a lot of money to get him out of PSV. He turned down Man U, he turned down Chelsea, he turned down Everton. And we went back for him, and eventually Moshiri got him with sheer persistence. He's not then come to Everton to walk out after 2 years. He's going to be here for a few years, and he's got Greta Steinsen underneath him, who's basically training for his job, or part of the hierarchy that he's got.
Or
Brands isn't going anywhere.
Or we could have a shit manager, a shit director of football, and shit players that never go anywhere unless they get sold because they're crap, sacked because they're crap. Which way do you want it?
Don't worry about people. Brands ain't going anywhere. Honestly, don't worry about it. If we're going to be a bigger and better club, you have to stop worrying about everybody leaving. Start saying, why would he leave? Why would Brands leave? He's got free reign, he's on the board here. Why would he go somewhere else? It's not going to happen. Forget about it. Chill. Stephen Kelly, is this a full... No, sorry. What have you made of the Copa America? Any players stood out for you?
No, I haven't really thought much of it so far. I think it's been very ordinary. I think it shows the difference between football played in Europe and football played in South America. I really do. I think you've hit on a point there, though, with the gap as well. I think it's just been a little bit slower paced football. But there you go. Trophy 96, eventually do you think all clubs, Premier League and Championship level, will go for a director of football model? Yeah. Because it's too time consuming. Every single one of them will. And every single one of them is. Because you can't, it's too much going on. It's too much.
Yeah. And you've got to, and to be honest, when you actually break it down to what the idea is, you can't just have a manager, buys players, underperforms, sack him, bring the next fella in, looks at the players and go, I can't, 7 of these don't fit the way I play, I want them out. So you start again, and it's more money, and then he can't get his team playing, so he's sacked, and then the next one comes in and goes, all of these are crap, I need another. You cannot survive like that. Everton have done it, and haven't been able to do it. You know, we've done it with someone who wasn't fit for purpose for the director of football, in my opinion, because he hadn't done the job, and it's caused, look how many problems it's caused us. So you get a director of football in who has an ethos and a model, and you buy for that model, then theoretically, if your manager underperforms, you lift them out and put one in who does the same. And off you go.
It's worked in the States for years, hasn't it? Having a general manager and having a coach. Yeah. The coach goes out and coaches the players. They don't have any say in the players that they bring in. They don't
but
have
I
any.
think we've got it right.
We have got it right.
Because you have to do that right, in my opinion.
Whatever happens over there, but their idea is right. There's too much going on. Watch like some of these documentaries on
Netflix,
Amazon and Netflix, especially the American ones. I like the American football. A lot of I like the documentaries anyway. A lot of the stuff that goes on that they have to deal with, and football's becoming so much more of a technical sport in terms of what the coaching The coaching
And
takes...
statistics.
Yeah, and it takes hours. You need someone else off the pitch who knows the game. That's the most important thing. We've had director of football people for years, but they didn't know enough about the game. They didn't know how footballers' minds ticked.
They didn't know the business side, though. They either knew how footballers' minds ticked and didn't know about the business side, or they knew about the business side and didn't know how footballers' minds ticked. So, there you go. Bernadette Cranny said we were bigging up Richarlison, but don't forget Mina is flying the flag as well. Well, we have been bigging Yerry up, but fair enough, it's just because Ped had that.
I haven't got a Mina t-shirt.
No, that's why. Maybe we need one. We will need one.
Let's put me on like that and go get us a Mina t-shirt.
Toffee96, other than Lairsill, can you see us signing any other players from the Premier League this season?
No.
I can't.
No.
I can't. So there you go. Where are we? Carl says he thinks the referee should have the final say on VAR decisions.
I don't.
Well, but he does though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. I just don't think he should. I think if someone in the office tells him that something is a handball or a penalty, then he should just take the word for it. They do it with linesmen. Linesmen give pens all the time.
I totally agree. I don't think the referee needs to go and look at anything. I don't. I think if they've got the benefit of all the screens and the replays, so if he gives a penalty and they just check it, he can just go, hang on, I'm just getting that checked. He can buy himself time, and they look at it and go, it isn't a pen. He can just go, right, VAR check, no penalty. Or no, or a sending off. I've missed something, it's a sending off the lines. I don't think you need to keep going back to him, because that's where the delay's coming and that's where it's breaking it down for fans. Those fellas in that box have a replay 5 seconds after the incident. It should take them 30 seconds maximum to watch it 3 times. Okay, there might be the odd occasion where it's really difficult and you'd have to look at it many times, but I don't think you need to bring the referee, and that's just my opinion anyway. Wayne Ellis, why do you think there's no pre-season game at Goodison this season, unlike others?
Refurbs. That's all it is. It's a refurb in the executive lounge. There's a lot of building work going on. It's just logistics. All the lounges are getting done, but all the stuff is in the park end. So they're going through, I would imagine, coming through the lounges and then bringing all the stuff in and out through the family enclosure, because that's a direct route without going through the entrance and stuff. Otherwise you'd have all workies and stuff. It's just logistics. They're not going to be done till the first get ready for the first game of the season, so they probably need that last week, and you can't, if it's a friendly...
I'm made up, there's no friendly at Goodison. We always lose it, so I'm made up, there's not. But they've got good pre-season games anyway, really good ones, so it's a good pre-season this year. Where are we? J-Mac, what was more upsetting, Marley dying in Marley and Me, or the ending of Endgame? I haven't seen Endgame, but I doubt anything tops Marley and Me.
Marley and Me, man.
So there you go. Stephen Kelly, you lads see much of Jared Bowen from Hull, got 20 goals. Looks like a talent inside forward. I've seen a bit of him, Steve. He is a talented lad. He got 22 goals last season. He got a big number the year before. He's 22 years of age. Can play on either wing.
And they'll sell him.
I'll be honest, he just doesn't excite me as much as someone like Malcolm. But he's a talent, so who knows. Barry Stevens, my brother, was working at the place where VAR is being coordinated from next season. Said it looks like something from Star Trek. It will do, won't it? It will do. Technology. Right, I've got 2 minutes and then I'm going to take me lads to footy. So get your questions in very quickly now if you want them answered in the next 90 seconds. But thank you, as always, to everyone who has tuned in and joined us. Yeah, it's been good. It's been emotional. That's been emotional, but it's been good. Nothing there. Is there one more on YouTube? If there isn't, we're going to check it out.
We haven't even spoke about Diego Llorente.
Oh, yeah, very quickly. Go on, finish with Diego Llorente. He's been linked. His agents basically said to the Spanish press that Everton are bidding for him. Well, if they want Zuma, they're not going to buy Zuma and Diego Llorente, are they? And now Jason Baird come out and said Everton have opened negotiations with Chelsea for Zuma. I suppose he's plan B, isn't he? If he can't get Zuma, then they may bid for Diego Llorente. And I imagine that he's young. He's a bit younger than Zuma, isn't he? He's a year younger, I think. I imagine he's a lot cheaper than what Zuma will be. But then Zuma's played in the first team and has got all his links are there, he knows the way we play and is quick and strong, so the manager wants him, so.
There's another one just come in there.
Yeah, you don't know. Just people saying, cheers lads, keep up the good work. That's it.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined us, and we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. See you later.